Let's be honest. Finding out a woman is cheating on you cuts deep. It's not just about the act, it's about the betrayal, the disrespect, and the feeling that you were played like a fool. As a man, it challenges your pride, your sense of control, and your judgment. But here's the thing. How you respond in this moment doesn't just define your relationship, it defines you. The mistake most men make. They react emotionally, they beg, they try to win her back. And that's exactly what you don't do. In today's modern dating world, power dynamics matter more than ever. Women are constantly surrounded by attention, options, and temptation. Social media has made cheating more accessible and more secretive. But none of that excuses her actions. And it damn sure doesn't mean you should sit back and accept disloyalty. You have to approach this with strategy, not emotion. This is about protecting your masculinity, your value, and your future. You're not here to cry over someone who doesn't respect you. You're here to learn what to do next, and do it from a position of power. Whether she's emotionally cheating, physically involved with someone else, or just lying behind your back, the steps you take now must be clear and controlled. This video isn't about revenge. It's not about being petty. It's about taking command of your life and never letting any woman, no matter how beautiful or charming, shake your foundation. So if you're ready to stop reacting like a boy and start responding like a man, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do if you find out she's cheating, one move at a time. Accept the truth without denial. The first and most powerful move you must make is to accept the truth without denial. When a woman cheats on you, your first instinct might be to question everything. Did I see that right? Maybe it's not what it looks like. Maybe she was just drunk. Maybe he's just a friend. No, stop right there. The worst thing a man can do when he's being cheated on is lie to himself just to avoid pain. Pain is temporary, but denial that creates long-term damage. What most men don't realize is that women rarely cheat on impulse. It's often calculated, even emotional. Cheating, the talking stage, kind that men often overlook, starts with deliberate dishonesty. If you caught her talking to someone behind your back, flirting online, sneaking around, or worse, sleeping with another man, that wasn't an accident, and you need to see it for what it is. The moment you start trying to make excuses for her, you give away your power. You shift from being a man with boundaries to a man she can manipulate. And once a woman knows she can cross the line without losing you, she'll do it again. Respect comes from consequences, not conversations. Now, this doesn't mean you have to explode in anger or embarrass her. That's not strength. That's just weakness in disguise. Real strength is calm acceptance. You don't need to scream. You don't need to throw things. You need to say one thing to yourself: she cheated. I'm not going to fight that fact. I'm going to act from it. Accepting the truth also means understanding this isn't about your worth. Many men take a cheating woman as a sign that they weren't enough. That's nonsense. Some women cheat even when they have a good man. Why? Because they lack discipline, maturity, or emotional integrity. Her choice to cheat is a reflection of her character, not a reflection of your value as a man. This step is where your clarity begins, because until you fully accept what happened, you'll stay trapped in emotional chaos. And that chaos is exactly what ruins most men after betrayal. They spiral, they question themselves, they overthink every detail. That's wasted energy. Your new rule: if the evidence is clear, stop asking for closure. You already have it. The cheating is the closure. Once you own that, you're in the right mental state to take the next steps with confidence, not confusion. This is where your comeback begins. Not by reacting emotionally, but by acknowledging reality like a man who refuses to be played again. Confront with composure. Once you've accepted the truth that she cheated, the next move is confrontation. But not the emotional, chaotic kind. This is where most men go wrong. They yell, threaten, cry, or beg. That's exactly what a cheating woman expects. She expects drama. She expects you to lose control. Why? Because it takes the focus off her betrayal and puts it on your reaction. Don't give her that power. When you confront her, do it with calm, controlled energy, like a man who already knows what's next. Confrontation isn't about seeking explanations. It's not about asking why she did it. Because the truth is, her reasons won't satisfy you. She'll blame loneliness, say she was confused, or maybe even blame you. It doesn't matter. You're not confronting her to understand. You're confronting her to establish dominance over your own situation. You're showing her that you know, that you're not afraid, and that you're not begging. When you talk to her, look her dead in the eye and speak like you already made peace with the facts. You don't need a shouting match. Say what you need to say once with precision. Something like, I know what you've been doing. I'm not here to argue. I'm just letting you know I see you for who you are now, and I won't tolerate disloyalty. That's it. You don't need to scream for impact. Your calm presence is the impact. By staying composed, you flip the emotional script. She expects chaos. You give her cold clarity. She expects to manipulate your emotions. You give her zero room to twist the narrative. And most importantly, you leave with your self-respect intact. A man who keeps controlling confrontation is a man who becomes unforgettable, even to the woman who disrespected him. Now, let's be real. She may try to deny it. She may cry, beg, or even get defensive. But if you've seen enough to know the truth, don't get roped into her emotional circus. Your job isn't to babysit her guilt. Your job is to look after you. When you argue with a liar, you lower yourself to their game. Let her play it alone. Confronting her is also important because it marks the line between ignorance and action. Some men know she cheated, but say nothing. They just stay quietly, hoping things get better. That's weak. It sends the message that you're too afraid to speak up and trust me. Once she sees that the damage is done, you lose more than the relationship. You lose her respect forever. This step isn't about closure or conflict. It's about dignity. It's about being the kind of man who doesn't sweep disrespect under the rug. By confronting her calmly and confidently, you show that you're no fool, and that she crossed the last line you'll ever allow. Walk away immediately. This is the part where most men stumble. They hesitate to leave. They stay out of love, out of confusion, or worse, out of fear. But let me make one thing clear. The moment a woman cheats on you, she forfeits the privilege of your presence. No explanation, no second chances. No, let's work it out. You walk away, and you do it immediately. Why? Because the longer you stay, the more you teach her that betrayal has no consequences. You teach her that she can stab you in the back and still get the same version of you. That's not strength. That's weakness disguised as love. And in today's dating world, where loyalty is rare and temptation is everywhere, a man who doesn't walk away from disrespect is seen as disposable. Walking away is not about punishing her. It's about protecting yourself. A cheating woman has already shown you what she's capable of. If you ignore it and stay, you'll always live with the fear of it happening again, and that fear will control you. You'll check her phone, overthink every text question, every late night out. That's not love, that's paranoia, and it will eat you alive. Now, walking away doesn't mean you need to make a scene or explain yourself 100 times. You don't owe her an exit interview. If you've confronted her and confirmed the betrayal, your next move is simple. Leave with your pride, cut contact, and start rebuilding without her. Don't get caught up in what ifs. The truth is already ugly enough. Some men convince themselves that walking away means they've lost. That couldn't be further from the truth. When you walk away from a cheating woman, you win your power back. You become the man who chose self-respect over temporary emotion. And here's the secret. Most men don't realize the moment you walk away, her respect for you returns, but it's too late. That's when she sees you as the man she couldn't break, the one who didn't fall apart when she pushed him to his limit. Now, yes, walking away hurts. You've built time, memories, and emotional investment with her. But pain is part of growth, and this pain is your sign that it's time to level up, to stop tolerating women who don't value what you bring to the table. And understand this. There is no such thing as staying and fixing it after infidelity without resentment, paranoia, and mental torture. Every time she smiles at her phone, you'll wonder. Every time she's late, you'll question. That's no way to live. That's not a relationship. It's a slow, emotional death. So be the man who walks, be the man who doesn't beg, be the man who sees betrayal and removes himself from it without hesitation. That's strength. That's power. That's how real men move in the face of disrespect. Cut off all contact. After walking away, the next crucial move is to cut off all contact completely. Not halfway out occasionally, not just to check in. If you keep lines of communication open with a woman who cheated on you, you're not healing. You're staying available, and the moment she knows she still has emotional access to you, she won't take you seriously. You must disappear from her world, not to punish her, but to protect your peace. A lot of men fall into the trap of staying in touch. They tell themselves they want closure. They say they want to keep it civil. But let's be honest, that's not what it is. Most of the time, you're secretly hoping she'll come back, apologize, or realize your value. That's a dangerous mindset because it gives her power while you stay in emotional limbo. You're trying to heal with your hands still in the fire. Cutting off contact means no texts, no calls, no social media watching, and no friendly conversations. She chose to betray the bond. Now, you choose to remove her from your life. And if she tries to reach out after you've left, remember this: just because she misses you doesn't mean she values you. Sometimes a cheating woman reaches back just to see if she still has control. Don't fall for it. This step is where you take back full control of your mind and emotions. Once you stop hearing from her, your focus shifts inward. The pain starts to fade, the confusion starts to clear, and your confidence begins to rise. That kind of peace isn't possible when you're still emotionally connected to someone who disrespected you. Men who keep in contact with cheating women often become stuck in cycles of emotional manipulation. She'll send a message that seems sincere. You'll respond. Then you're back in a conversation, maybe even meeting up. And just like that, the same woman who betrayed you is now slowly pulling you back into the same game. And the ending never changes. You feel empty. She feels powerful, and the respect is gone. Silence is your greatest weapon here. Not loud, bitter silence, but powerful, calm silence. You don't need to block her to make a statement. You just stop responding. If she calls you, don't pick up. If she texts you, don't reply. You let her feel the absence of your presence, and trust me, she will feel it. This is not about ego. It's about dignity. You're not ignoring her to be petty. You're doing it because you know your value. A man who cuts contact after betrayal is a man who's building something stronger within himself. And eventually, that silence speaks louder than any revenge or angry outburst ever could. No contact is not about hoping she'll regret it. It's about making sure you don't regret letting her stay connected to you. You deserve better. Let your silence prove it. Do not compete with the other guy. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make after being cheated on is thinking he needs to compete with the other guy. This is where your pride and ego get baited into a game that has no winners. Maybe you've seen who she cheated with, and you start comparing yourself, his looks, his money, his lifestyle. You start wondering, what does he have that I don't? That line of thinking will destroy your confidence faster than the betrayal itself. Here's the truth. You don't need to compete with anyone, especially not the man she betrayed you for. Let's make something clear. If a woman leaves loyalty to chase excitement or attention from another man, it's not about what you lacked, it's about what she lacked. A woman with values doesn't step out on a good man. She communicates, she works through problems, or she walks away clean. But a woman who cheats, she's impulsive, weak, or emotionally undisciplined. And the man she ran to 9 times out of 10, he doesn't even know she cheated to be with him, or worse, he does, and he doesn't care. Either way, he's not your problem. You're not here to win her back by proving you're better. That's not masculine. That's needy. Competing for a disloyal woman is like fighting for a stolen crown that's already tarnished. Even if you win her back, what do you really get? A woman who proved she can betray you the moment her emotion shifts. That's not a prize. That's a liability. Understand this. Any man she cheats with becomes a tool she uses to get a reaction out of you. If she posts him online, talks about him to mutual friends, or brings him around places she knows you'll hear about, she's trying to pull you into a war for attention. Don't take the bait. When you react to the other guy, you lower yourself. You show her that she still controls your emotions, and worse, you validate her decision by acting like she left you for someone better. But when you don't compete, that's when everything flips. That's when she realizes you're unbothered, unmoved, and uninterested in playing emotional games. And that's where your true power is. A high-value man never competes over a woman because he knows he is the prize. He doesn't chase, he replaces. If you want to respond like a man, then elevate yourself. Focus on your life. Level up in silence. Let your growth, your focus, and your peace be the loudest message you send. You don't need to outshine the guy she cheated with, because in time, he'll see what she really is too. And while she's cycling through the drama she created, you'll be building a better life, free of betrayal, lies, and emotional games. Rebuild yourself, not just your life. After walking away, cutting off contact, and refusing to compete, what comes next isn't about just moving on. It's about rebuilding yourself from the inside out. Most men rush to distractions after being cheated on. They hit the gym, chase new women, buy new things, or post on social media pretending they're unbothered. But all of that is surface level. Real healing doesn't come from noise. It comes from the quiet, intentional rebuilding of the man within. You've been betrayed. That wound is real, and ignoring it doesn't make you stronger. It makes you numb. You don't want to be numb. You want to be unshakable. That means sitting with the pain, understanding it, and then using it as fuel to become a more powerful version of yourself. When a woman cheats on you, it's not just about losing her. It's about realizing how deeply you gave yourself to someone who didn't deserve it. That's a wake-up call. Don't run from it. Use it. Rebuilding yourself starts with clarity. Ask yourself, what did I tolerate that I shouldn't have? What red flags did I ignore? Where did I abandon my standards just to keep the relationship alive? These aren't questions that come from blame. They come from growth. Because once you identify those weak spots, you can strengthen them. You become a man who isn't just harder to betray. You become a man who's harder to rattle. Then comes discipline. Start owning your time again. Build a solid routine. Hit the gym. Not for revenge, but to fortify your body and mind. Work on your finances. Set goals. Learn something new. Do things that create quiet pride. The kind you don't have to post about. Every hour spent working on you is an hour. She loses the ability to control your mind. And eventually, you stop thinking about her altogether. Another piece most men miss: rebuild your values. Know what kind of woman you'll never accept again. Know what kind of man you want to be in a relationship, not just what kind of woman you want. The better you understand yourself, the easier it becomes to attract someone who actually aligns with you, not just excites you. And here's something you need to hear. Don't rush into dating just to prove you've moved on. That's a trap. Jumping into something new when you're still bleeding from betrayal is like painting over a cracked wall. It'll look good for a while, but eventually the damage shows through. Be alone, embrace the stillness, heal fully, and only then, when you're grounded again, should you open yourself to someone new. This stage is not just about becoming a man she regrets losing. That's small thinking. This is about becoming a man you're proud of, regardless of who's watching. Betrayal can either break you or build you into someone that betrayal can never touch again. The choice is yours. Rebuild wisely. Never take her back. This is where your true test as a man shows up when she comes back, and make no mistake. If you handled yourself the right way by walking away, cutting contact, not reacting, and leveling up, chances are she will come back. Maybe not today, maybe not next week, but eventually she'll try to reappear. She'll message you out of the blue. She'll say she's sorry. She'll tell you she made a mistake, that she didn't know what she had until it was gone. And in that moment, your entire journey will be put on the line, because how you respond then decides whether you stay strong or fall right back into the trap. Let's be very clear. You never take a cheating woman back. No exceptions. Not if she cries. Not if she apologizes. Not if she promises she's changed. Once a woman has disrespected your trust by being intimate with another man while calling herself your partner, there is no going back. Loyalty is not something that can be paused and resumed like a game. It's either there or it's not, and the second she broke it, it died. Many men take her back out of weakness. They confuse love with desperation. They think if she returns, it's a win. But it's not. It's a setup for more pain. The same reason she cheated in the first place, per character, emotional instability, or a lack of respect, are still inside her. An apology doesn't fix that. And even if she tries to be better, you'll never look at her the same again. Every time she's late, you'll wonder. Every time her phone lights up, your stomach will turn. That's not healing. That's emotional prison. And let's not forget this. Taking her back sends a dangerous message. It tells her, you can betray me and still have me. It tells every future woman in your life that you don't enforce your standards. And it tells yourself, deep down, that you weren't strong enough to walk away permanently. That's not love. That's self-abandonment. Now, don't be surprised when her return is dressed up perfectly. She'll act sweet. She might cry. She'll talk about memories, the good times, maybe even how much she's missed you. But remember, this emotion is not proof of change. Tears don't equal transformation, and nostalgia isn't enough to repair a broken bond. When you refuse to take her back, you teach her the most powerful lesson of all. Actions have consequences. You show her that some lines, once crossed, mean the door stays shut forever. That's the kind of man women don't forget, the one who had enough self-respect to let go, even when it hurt. So when she circles back, don't respond with anger, respond with silence. Or if you must say something, keep it brief and final. I wish you the best, but I've moved on. Then actually mean it. No games, no second chances. Because a man who takes back a cheater loses more than his pride. He loses himself. And no woman is worth that. When a woman cheats on you, the pain is real, but your response defines who you are. You can either break down, or you can rise up and take control of your life. Accept the truth. Confront her with strength. Walk away without hesitation. Cut off all contact. Refuse to compete. Rebuild yourself into someone stronger. And never, ever take her back. That's how a man handles betrayal in the modern world. Not with desperation, but with power, purpose, and pride. Remember, loyalty isn't requested, it's expected. And once it's broken, you owe her nothing but your silence.